Lesson 26. The path reveals itself only one step at a time. The old sages never demanded to see the full road. They took one step, then trusted the next would appear. Life doesn't hand you the whole map, only the courage to keep moving forward. The unknown is not your enemy, it is your teacher. Tonight, let go of the need to know it all. You are not lost, just walking a sacred path that unfolds slowly. Rest in that mystery. The light will find you, one step at a time. And your feet already know where to go. Lesson 27. The moon does not compete with the stars. The moon never tries to outshine the stars, and yet it's impossible to ignore. In the ancient world, this was a lesson in self-trust. You do not need to compare. You do not need to compete. You were never meant to be someone else's reflection. Your glow is enough, in your own season, in your own sky. Tonight, release the weight of comparison. You are not falling behind. You are simply orbiting your own beautiful timing, quietly radiant, perfectly placed. Lesson 28. The heart hears what the mind talks over. In ancient teachings, the heart was considered wiser than the mind. The mind analyzes, calculates, plans, but the heart simply knows. When life gets too loud, you don't need more thinking, you need more listening. Not outward, but inward. Tonight, let your thoughts fade into the background. Let your heart speak, softly, wordlessly, like a breeze moving through trees. In this silence, your truest voice will rise, and it will never lie to you. Lesson 29. Still water reflects the deepest truths. The ancients watched water to understand the self. When it was stirred, it distorted the image. But when it was still, it became a mirror. Your mind is the same. When it races, you lose your reflection. When it calms, you remember who you are. Tonight, let the waves settle. Don't chase clarity. Allow it to return on its own. In stillness, your truth will rise, quiet, clear, and unwavering. Lesson 30. The wind teaches us to let go without seeing where it goes. The wind moves freely, never clinging, never fearing where it's headed. It lets go of every place it touches, without regret. The ancient ones learned from the wind. Not everything is meant to be held forever. Some things come to teach, then leave. Some people enter to awaken, then drift away. Tonight, release what was never meant to stay. You don't need to know where it goes. You just need to trust that letting go is part of becoming light again. Lesson 31. Rest is not a pause. It is a sacred practice. In ancient times, rest was not seen as weakness. It was seen as wisdom. The body needs rest. The mind needs stillness. But most importantly, the soul needs space to return to itself. You are not falling behind by slowing down. You are remembering how to be whole. Tonight, treat rest not as something you earn, but as something you deserve. Let it be sacred. Let it be healing. Because becoming begins not with action, but with stillness. Lesson 32. You don't have to shine to be valuable. The stars are always in the sky, even when we can't see them. Their worth doesn't depend on visibility, only existence. The ancient ones knew, you are not your productivity. You are not your performance. You are worthy simply because you are. Tonight, if you feel unseen, rest anyway. Your light is still real. Your presence still matters. Even in your quietest hours, you are enough. Lesson 33. The soil looks empty before growth begins. The ancients never feared the bare earth. They knew that what seems empty is often quietly alive beneath the surface. Your life may feel still. It may feel like nothing is happening. But deep beneath the quiet, roots are forming. Strength is gathering. And change is preparing to rise. Tonight, don't mourn the stillness. Embrace it. Because what looks like waiting is often just unseen becoming. Lesson 34. The soul speaks in whispers, not shouts. The old masters knew wisdom rarely arrives in thunder. It comes in a whisper, quiet, steady, sacred. But to hear it, you must first quiet the world within. Your soul has been speaking all along, through your longings, your stillness, even your discomfort. Tonight, listen, not with your ears but with your presence. The answers you seek are not loud, they are soft, and they've been waiting patiently for you to slow down enough to hear them. Lesson 35. The flower does not open all at once. The blossom unfolds petal by petal, never all at once, and never in a hurry. The ancient ones watched the garden and learned. Growth is not a burst, it is a gentle unfurling. You do not need to rush into wholeness. You do not need to force clarity, love, or purpose. Tonight, give yourself permission to open slowly, to bloom gently, and to trust that every soft layer is part of something beautiful becoming. Lesson 36. Sometimes doing nothing is the most sacred act. In the ancient world, stillness was not laziness, it was presence. The body needs pause, the spirit needs silence. To do nothing is sometimes the deepest form of healing. You do not need to earn rest with exhaustion. You do not need to explain your stillness. Tonight, let yourself be. Not productive, not busy, not improving, just being. Because in those quiet spaces, your soul finally remembers itself. Lesson 37. The moon teaches us to embrace our phases. The moon is not always full, and yet it is always whole. Some nights it glows bright, others it hides in shadow. The ancients looked up and understood. You too will have phases, times of energy and times of retreat, nights of radiance and days of quiet. None of them make you less. Tonight, let the moon remind you, you don't have to shine to be complete. Lesson 38. What you resist will persist. The ancient mystics knew energy flows where attention goes. The more you push a thought away, the tighter it clings. The more you fear a feeling, the louder it echoes. Resistance is a kind of feeding. But when you allow, observe, accept, that which once haunted you begins to fade. Peace is not the absence of pain. It's the freedom to let it pass through. Tonight, stop wrestling your mind. Let it move. Let it rest. Let it be. Lesson 39. Still water reflects the truth. In the old world, sages sat by rivers not to escape, but to understand. They watched how moving water distorts the reflection. But when it's still, it mirrors the world as it truly is. Your mind is no different. When stirred by noise, fear, or desire, it deceives. But in stillness, it becomes a mirror. Tonight, let your thoughts settle. No fixing, no forcing. Just be still and see what truth rises from the quiet. Lesson 40. Not everything deserves a reaction. The wise didn't waste energy on every whisper, every shadow, every stone thrown. They knew silence can be strength. Peace is lost when we react to everything. And sometimes the greatest power is restraint. You don't need to prove, to fix, to fight every moment. Let some things pass. Let others reveal themselves. Not everything is yours to carry. Tonight, practice sacred stillness. Let the world move while you rest in your center. Lesson 41. What you chase runs away. The old mystics said, desire is fire. The more you feed it, the more it burns. The tighter you cling, the faster it slips through your fingers. This is the paradox. When you chase happiness, it hides. When you chase love, it escapes. But when you are still, when you are enough, these things find you. So tonight, stop running. Let go of the chase. Rest in the knowing. What is truly yours will never need to be chased. Lesson 42. True strength is gentle. The ancient warriors knew the strongest hands are the ones that know when not to strike. The loudest voice isn't always the wisest, and the fiercest power is control over the self. Gentleness isn't weakness, it's the mark of one who has faced storms and chooses not to become one. You don't need to roar to be powerful. You don't need to fight to prove you're strong. Rest in your gentleness tonight. That is your quiet strength. Lesson 43. The quiet mind sees everything clearly. In the noise, nothing is seen, but when the waters are still, the reflection is clear. The sages knew, clarity does not come from thinking harder. It comes from thinking less. When your mind is loud, truth gets buried. But in stillness, wisdom rises. Breathe deeply now. Let your thoughts slow, like leaves drifting on a quiet pond. You don't need to figure it all out tonight. Just be still and see. Lesson 44. What you seek is already within you. For centuries, travelers crossed deserts, climbed mountains, and sailed endless seas, all to find what they believed they lacked. But the wisest ones stayed still and looked inward. You are not broken. You are not missing anything. The love you crave, the strength you long for, the answers you seek, all of it lives quietly inside you. Covered perhaps, but never lost. Sleep tonight knowing you are already whole. Lesson 45. Let go or be dragged. The ancient masters didn't cling, not to anger, not to pride, not even to joy. They knew what stays, stays. What goes, must go. Holding on too tightly is like gripping thorns. The more you resist, the more it hurts. Release your grip. Breathe out the weight of what no longer serves you. Tonight, surrender your past, your fears, your need to control. Peace only enters hands that are open. Let go now and drift. Lesson 46. He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. The ancients knew that the fiercest battles are not fought on fields, but within. Not against armies, but against ego, fear, and desire. Conquering others may bring applause, but conquering yourself brings peace. Discipline is the quiet sword, patience is the unshakable shield, and awareness is the warrior's calm. Tonight, lay down the need to impress or prove. Simply be the master of your breath, your mind, your choices. The strongest soul is the one at rest with itself. Lesson 47. A tree grows silent yet reaches the sky. Look at the tallest tree. It never shouts, never rushes. Yet, day by day, it grows, upward, unshaken. Its strength lies in stillness, its wisdom in patience. You too are growing, quietly. Not every step will be seen, not every victory celebrated, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. Tonight, release the pressure to be loud. Let your silence speak your becoming. And remember, the roots grow deep before the rise begins. Lesson 48. The river does not argue with the rocks. The river does not complain when it meets stone. It bends, it flows, it continues. Life will place obstacles in your path, some sharp, some stubborn, but wisdom teaches. Resistance is not always strength. Sometimes, real power is knowing when to flow around, to pause, to change direction. You do not have to fight everything. Let peace be your guide, and tonight, allow your soul to flow like water, calm, steady, unstoppable. Lesson 49. The empty cup holds the most potential. A full cup cannot receive more, but an empty one is ready for everything. The wise do not cling to what they know. They make space for new truth, deeper understanding, greater peace. Ego says, I already understand. Wisdom whispers, there is always more to learn. Tonight, empty your mind. Release the noise, the knowing, the need to control. Become the cup and let stillness fill you. Lesson 50. The moon teaches us to shine in darkness. The moon has no light of its own, yet it lights up the night sky. It reflects the sun, even when the sun is nowhere to be seen. In your darkest moments, remember, you too can shine by reflecting what's good, even when you feel empty. Kindness, hope, love, they don't need to originate in you. Let them pass through you. Be the moon. Be the light in someone's darkness.